Paul the Apostle, 1 Corinthians chapter 10, Old Testament examples. Moreover, brethren, I do not want you to be unaware that all our fathers were under the cloud, all passed through the sea, all were baptized into Moses in the clouds and in the sea. All ate the same spiritual food, and all drank the same spiritual drink, for they drank of the spiritual rock that followed them, and that rock was Christ. But with most of them God was not well pleased, for their bodies were scattered in the wilderness. Now these things became our examples, to the intent that we should not lust after evil things as they also lusted. And do not become idolaters as were some of them. As it is written, the people sat down to eat and drink and rose up to play. Nor let us commit sexual immorality, as some of them did. In one day 23,000 fell. Nor let us tempt Christ, as some of them also tempted, and were destroyed by the serpent. Nor complain, as some of them also complained, and were destroyed by the destroyer. Now all these things happened to them as an example, and they were written for the domination, upon whom the ends of the ages have come. Therefore let him who thinks he stands take heed lest he fall. No temptations has overtaken you except such as is common to man. But God is faithful, who will not allow you to be tempted beyond what you are able, but with the temptations will also make the way of escape, that you may be able to bear it. That's right. You're going to be tempted, but he ain't going to make it too hard for you, or you can't overcome it. 1 Corinthians 10:14, Flee from idolatry. Therefore, my beloved, flee from idolatry. I speak as to you, wise men, judge for yourself what I say. The cup of blessing which we bless, is it not the communion of the blood of Christ? The bread which we break, is it not the communion of the body of Christ? Questions. For we, though through many are one bread, one body, for we are partake of that one bread. Observe Israel after the flesh. Are not those who eat of the sacrifice partakers of the altar? What I am saying then, that an idol is anything, or what is offered to idols is anything. Rather, that the things which the Gentiles sacrifice, they sacrifice to demons, not to God. And I do not want you to have fellowship with demons. You cannot drink the cup of the Lord and the cup of demons. You cannot partake of the Lord's table and of the table of demons. Or do we provoke the Lord to jealousy? Are we stronger than he? Of course not. All the glory of God. 10:23. All things are lawful for me, but not all things are helpful. All things are lawful for me, but not all things are edify. Let no one seek his own, but each one the other well-beings. Eat whatever is sold in the meat market, asking no questions for conscience sake. For the earth is the Lord's, in all its fullness. If any of those who do not believe invite you to dinner, and you desire to go, eat whatever is set before you, asking no questions for conscience sake. But if anyone says to you, this was offered to idols, do not eat it, for the sake of the one who told you, and for the conscience sake, for the earth is the Lord, in all its fullness. Conscience, I will say, not your own, but that of the other. For why is my liberty judged by another man's conscience? But if I partake with thanks, why am I evil spoken of for the food over which I give thanks? And therefore rather you eat or drink or whatever you do, do all to the glory of God. Give no offense either to the Jews or to the Greeks or to the church of God, just as I also please all men in all things, not seeking my own profit, but the profit of many, that they may be saved.